I will start this statement with, we all as a community should learn to disappoint your parents very early on in life.
Wow. How do we do that, please? You need to give us nuggets. not just words. We need real. Hello, our viewers. How you doing? I hope someone put a comment fine. Welcome to another episode of Old Fashioned Friends. And today, I have a special guest, which I will introduce to you later. Very dear to my heart. But my name is Faith, and I'm here with my co-host. Please, can you speak to the microphone? I have to push ahead.
Oh my God.
I know.
That was such a visual.
I know. I was like, wait.
You know, the head, the whole.
PG-13, guys.
I have like a low tone voice, and normally like everyone is like, your voice is so soft. You need to do something
PG-13.
about it. But yeah, I'll try.
Put your mouth in it.
Oh
my God.
Oh my God. Wow. Viewers, if you're joining us for the first time, please like, share, subscribe, because it's your civic duty.
Yeah.
My hosts and my guests have a very interesting group today, so God save us all. Anyway, today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic. It's about childhood trauma. I think we want to know, did it actually make us strong, or did it scar us? I recently got married, and when I tell people that, thank you. When I tell people that I'm sick, they all start to. Is it good news? Is it even you? I'm
actually already looking at your stomach, and I was trying to gauge, like, this looks. It's food. No, I know it's food.
It's just that I get the point where you're going. It's just that in Africa, when somebody gets married after 1 month, 1 year.
1 month?
They said of immaculate conception after 1 month. But I don't
fired up.
It's unnecessary pressure, actually.
I don't think it's purely an African concept. I think it's everywhere. Let's not just only make it in Africa.
No, but I think it's more emphasized back home, because the reason I think that is because in Europe,
I'm in the middle referee.
Due to like privacy, like privacy connotation, people are kind of refrain from telling you that, hey, when are you getting a child? Are you pregnant and all that? I feel like I only hear this from my African friends when they get married. And they start to ask them,
how many European friends do you have gotten married? That's another question for your statistics.
Good question. That's one too.
Like
what is your sample size of African friends as well?
And European friends.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Fair point.
Exactly.
Fair point, actually, yeah. Like most of the European people I know from work who are getting married, or people around.
They care about their career.
Because my friends back home, I don't think they've born anyone who wants to start asking me those kind of questions. And I don't ask my friends those questions unless I'm being cheeky. So...
But it's also, I think, depends on the circle of friends you have. Like,
exactly.
All my friends, all my close friends, and my bestie, they now have children. So naturally, like when my mother and my siblings and family go to attend their kids' events, because we're kind of like close
when are you the
family.
The next.
Yeah, the thing is like, oh, when are you having a baby? Oh, I loved it. Malcolm was playing around. When are you bringing us one? So I think there is that unnecessary pressure because your friends are maybe getting married and having kids, and then the question stems from that also. I mean,
thank you, ladies. So
could be.
I'm not saying I don't want to have kids. I want to have kids, but I understand the importance of upbringing and how it shapes us and makes us who we are. And I know my parents have done a fantastic job. I mean, I'm a phenomenal woman. I'm proud.
Shout out to
confident.
Mr. and Mrs. Okoro.
Shout out to our parents.
I mean, they've raised amazing children. We are doing fantastically. Is that a right English phrase in our different jobs? But the thing is that while they've done an amazing job, we know that there are areas of improvement. And the thing with our generation, we're trying to see, I don't want to be like my parents. I want to be different. And then that might lead to us trying to overcorrect things. And this is where I start to ask myself, okay, what can I do better? How can I be better? And all of that. And that's how we kind of have all of this interesting conversation, because we know that childhood, how we are raised, influence our habits, our fears, even our love languages, or how we love people. So I think that's why we wanted to kind of discuss this topic. And just for you guys out there, it's we're not blaming our parents. We're not trying to shame anyone. We're just going to share our stories and how it has shaped us and made us who we are. And no better person than my amazing Miss Oyebuchi Ofili. Guys.
Calling my full government name out there.
I know Mary Jane.
Oh my God.
I was waiting for Mary Jane.
Let me my mother's language, Mary Jane. Mary Jane.
So Faith has this terrible habit of always introducing everyone with their complete government name.
How dare?
It's okay.
For the world to see and hear.
It's a beautiful name.
Of course, it's a lovely name. I do
Mary
not.
Jane.
Oh my God! But anyway, I don't think you guys know me. I've known Yemi for over 15 years. I've known Etiang for Christine, but it's like she likes to be addressed Etiang Christine. Anyone Christine is her name. But I've known her for long. But Buchi and I, we share history.
We go back.
From Nigeria.
Long time ago. I need to tell you guys how I met Buchi. If you guys don't mind, I need to tell you this amazing story. So, I grew up in Warri. And we had this hospital.
Are you from Warri or Port Harcourt?
So I was born in.
I
was born in Port Harcourt, but I grew up in Warri. Oh, okay. And we had this hospital we used to go to when we were kids, and they treat us. My younger brother had a lot of escapades there. When they want to give him injection, he always runs. Buchi's father and mother, nurses, everybody chasing him. Shout out to Rume. he's a musician.
Was uncomfortable when you're saying he used to run because he feared injections.
He's a musician. But then I didn't know Buchi, but I knew her dad and I knew her mom, and then we met in Poland. I was like, and she said her son Ophelia. I was like, are you Dr. Ophelia's daughter? She said, yes. I was like, quickly I called my parents, my mom, I've met Dr. Ophelia's daughter, and that's how we knew each other.
That was a random meeting.
Yeah. And we also flatmates for 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before something happened, but we will talk about
because of some man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was because of the man?
I don't see, guys.
Because of a man.
It was because of the man?
It was because of a man.
Our topic is on childhood trauma.
Check out the dating episode. No, the heartbreak episode. You learn more about this alleged man.
Our topic is on childhood trauma. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah. So, but Buchi, coming to trauma, have you noticed that when we're living together?
Yes.
I would always eat on the floor. I would get my food, come to the living room, sit on the floor and eat.
Yeah, I found it interesting.
I found it weird, and I've asked. I kind of forget, and I always ask you. Even I think previously I asked you, like, why do you sit on the floor?
Yeah, I was thinking. I thought it was a quirk. So even when we were in Agiha together, she would sit she would sit on the floor. And I noticed it. I just assumed it was a quirk. I never questioned it one day.
Oh, I over ask, so I found myself always asking. But I think I understand it's just something you like doing.
Exactly. I just thought it was a behavioral quirk, and I just went with it.
I think when I was just thinking about this topic, I started to research deep into my soul. Quirk. How did they really pronounce that?
Quirk, love. Quirk.
Anyway, shout out to my mama. I love you. But so growing up, we had, you know how African homes are, like big houses, fancy light, the curtains. And my chair in my house was really amazing.
Yeah, she's giving you guys the hints that she's rich.
I don't know what you're talking about. But as kids, when we sit on the table and we're eating and you make a mess, my mom gives me the eye. You will clean you will clean that thing. And the stress to clean it to ensure that when I'm eating, I'm checking, did I stand the chair? Did I make a mess? So instead of going to that chair, I just take my food and sit down on the floor, eat, and I'm done.
Oh, really?
It's easy. It's easy peasy. So now this is inside me that you see my dining in my house. Bato, she said we just bought nice chair for decoration. I don't sit on it. I'll sit on the floor here. On the stairs. Oh, lovely. On the stairs, the floor. At least I'm upgrading on the stairs. So that just shows like
progress.
How our upbringing, they've made us who we are. We say it's who we are, but
it begs the question. So you said you would like to have kids. Will you also do the same to your kids? Now, you say you know better and so on, but at least with your friends.
Hey,
you have screamed
guys
at us.
I terrorize you all in this house.
You have white everything, and yet you still yell at us not to fear not let me drink water for this house.
Christine I trust you, but you will clean up well. But Christine,
fear not let me drink water for this house.
I'm not
Christine,
cleaning.
Christine,
I know you know where it's coming from. I know you know where it stems from. I know you know, but you are still doing it regardless.
Can I just interject? See, the last time Faith came to my house as well, she was cleaning everything, cleaning the wall. There was even a stain on the wall. She took a sponge and she started cleaning the wall, and I'm like, Madam, calm down. You're on holiday. But
it's habit.
It's the same. It's habit.
It's habit. You can. My mom, she's like, but you guys didn't get it growing up. When you're sweeping, you sweep the house. I used to joke to Bartosz that if you grew up in a home, my aunt will have been pressing conch.
Yeah,
like you're sweeping ground. They'll say, you don't open your eyes. Well, you not see that place. How do you not sweep under these things?
Yes, I also got the same way.
Why are you guys making me like see if I'm the only one that went through all of this?
No,
I'm
because
go around.
We all have our own individual quirks.
Remember, and I'll explain like we all have. Remember, and I told you. So remember in the house, Faith, when we're living together, I was very particular about vacuuming.
Oh, it's true.
Remember, I was always on your case about vacuuming and also the dishes. Like the moment I was remember, like I was always washing dishes.
It's true.
Exactly. So I would say for my case, it was my dad didn't like seeing dirty dishes. Even in the case where, we'll go to church, maybe we made breakfast in the morning, we went to church, and then we came back, and maybe we were in a rush, so we didn't do the dishes. My dad did not like that at all. So it was so funny because and then growing up, of course, when I think I was in Lisbon at the time, and I was telling my friend how, I didn't care for seeing dirty dishes. And then he asked me, is any of your parents like that? And I said, oh yeah, my dad was like that. And I was like, there you go. And it's so funny how it took me 20 something plus years to realize that, it wasn't some lovely thing that I had.
A quirk.
It wasn't a quirk. It wasn't it's just my thing. Because I used to just tell people, I have a thing. Shout out to my friend Mario. I always say that to her. So I was like, I have a thing. But turns out that, because my dad did not like that. And then it was something he was always on my case about. And so now I really generally cannot stand dirty dishes. And I love my friends because they've all, they've gotten used to me. So I will go to the house and be doing dishes.
Wow, I need to bring you. I have a dishwasher, but I need salt to wash my hands.
I don't use. Because I've been telling myself, I don't so clean.
Vindication, hallelujah.
Vindication. Nonsense happening because we're making our hands very.
Faith doesn't even know how to use
vindication.
I have a dishwasher, I don't use it because I said no. I want to scrub it, so I don't want to accumulate dirty dishes.
Vindication.
The thought of accumulating dirty dishes drives me crazy.
So you think you don't use the dishwasher because of your childhood trauma?
No, I refuse to call it trauma. I'm just saying.
Your upbringing.
I refuse to call it trauma. I'm just saying the thought of having to pile up dishes because it makes more sense.
Yeah, because you're living alone.
As opposed to just doing one dish, blah blah blah. Because I live by myself, exactly. So the thought that I'm just going to be accumulating dirty dishes in one place, it's. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't be able to sleep well at night.
Too.
I mean, it's closed, so your house won't stink. But the fact that if I open it, it will smell. Just the thought that there's a container.
I know with dirt, bacteria,
of
please.
Dirt somewhere. It's driving me crazy. On the other hand, technically, your dishes will be cleaner with the dishwasher. But
are you sure?
It will be.
It uses less water.
It uses less water, so you're saving the environment. But logic. It's not.
Let me ask everybody this question because you have said yours is like washing plates.
She has not said that one.
Cleaning, yes.
Christine, what's your own?
It's not about cleaning. I think I'm a clumsy person. I keep pouring things down. I know that's why when I'm around Faith,
I'm scared.
Like, don't drop this, don't do this. But I think for me, it's nothing to do with that because growing up, we kind of had like house help. So it's not like I was careless just dropping things that were clean after me. But I think knowing that there was house help, like I didn't really care so much about dropping things.
So you're a bougie kid growing up.
Everybody here was rich. This one is like, oh, my house, fancy lights, nice curtains, it's huge. And this one is like, there's a house help.
We had house help.
We had house help, but even with house help.
Yeah, kind of all did, bro.
Yeah, but for me, it's like... Bro, like my mom, like she didn't even shout at us dropping things or cleaning or whatever.
I don't want to say it's Nigeria versus Uganda.
No, I don't think it's in Nigeria versus Uganda.
Are you sure?
I think it's a very specific.
But my parents
in Nigeria versus Uganda. I think it's very just because I did have friends growing up as well that the parents weren't particular about things like that. So I don't think it's in Nigeria versus Uganda.
No, my point is more like where the parents are softer. It's not just
even if I did grow up with some friends that the parents were just generally softer with them. So I won't say it's in Nigeria versus 100%.
Are you sure? Because our Nigerian
100%. I don't think it's in Nigeria versus Uganda.
So Christine, I still did not get what
her trauma was.
Yes, what is it?
So
thank you.
My parents were softies actually, but I think for me, I don't want to call it trauma. But
what is it? The sense of entitlement.
No, her parents were softies. So yeah, it's Christine's also hi guys.
It is the sense of entitlement. Christine, guys,
we went on a trip together, guys. Christine will be sitting on the other end of the table. Oh yeah, can you pass me the bottle of water? I'm
lazy
get off. Let me even tell you. Let me tell you my trauma, my friendship trauma with
Christine traumatized her friends.
She traumatized. Let me tell you. Every time we're on a trip together on the train, this babe will cross her leg and expect me to drag her load down for her.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I purposely made her drag her load this morning. Although we finally got to the train and was to take her load up, this girl just crossed her leg and fully expected me to carry. So she really was even. If I said, Christine, I'm not carrying this thing by myself. Better carry your hand and carry this thing up.
Let me tell you guys what happened this morning.
It was heavy. It almost dropped.
Let me tell you what happened.
Is it my load that's inside?
See, when Christine came, she was in the kitchen. She wanted to make breakfast, so she was looking for cocoa. I said, Christine, it's in a yellow plastic. Find it. I decided not to answer. I said, today is me and Christine. She was still searching. She said, her voice now went down. Sam.
That's what she would do. Because the girls would answer her. So she would target the boys because they don't want to say no to a woman. Something. See, I'm sorry, but my parents were also quite soft with me. Yeah, they were strict in many things, but in general, they were very soft with me. This is a you thing.
Christine is trauma. We all went to trauma.
This is a you. Christine is trauma.
Oh my God.
Let's not put it on the parents because my parents were also very soft with me. They were strict in many ways, but they also hella soft in many ways.
You can even see the softness in the trauma. It's like, oh yeah, my parents were soft with me.
No, they didn't care if I feel something.
I pray that I get a husband who is very supportive and he's such a gentleman. I pray for that kind of husband.
We all pray for that.
But getting back to Yami's question, I think it was our last episode that I realized that there's something I learned from my parents, which is actually good and bad. Like my dad, naturally, he was doing well. So when it came to society, like all the time, he was kind of, every time my dad came back from abroad from his work or to visit family, it was like all the relatives will come and then he starts giving. Like when they, you know what I'm.
We know what you mean.
Yeah, like, oh, I want this. Oh, my child needs school fees. All this. He will do all those things. So I think I grew up thinking naturally that it's okay when you're doing better in society, you have to support others. But now that we are grown up and we have, I think me and Buchi have normally had these conversations, especially relating like to black tax. And then I realized that, oh my God, it's not normal. Like we are brought up to kind of like support people who are more
the left hand and we don't receive to fill up ourselves.
But then comparing to our
I think they said you're not speaking to the mic.
Oh yeah?
All right.
You hear me?
Okay. Give it what you're supposed to give it. Go ahead.
But comparing to our European counterparts, they don't just generously give away the money. And you can see visibly that sometimes their developmental areas are more higher compared to us Africans because we are kind of spending too much portion giving away. Oh, my cousin, my auntie, my friend back home is not doing well. My friend back home lost a job. So not necessarily it's a trauma, but I think it's that behavior that you pick up from parents, seeing your parents like,
it stays with you.
Sorry if I was cutting you short. Just to add to that, so I agree that is good and bad. So of course, compared to our European counterparts, I mean, in general, let me be very general about it.
Buchi's glasses is distracting me, but go ahead. I just saw that it's Dolce and Gabbana, but go ahead. Yeah,
really
I was just looking
at
it. I was like, but go ahead.
Anyway, so I think in general society, we're generally in let's say back home, people are generally poorer. So when someone does well, which is not, it's both good and bad.
Yeah.
The expectation is that you should help pull each other up, which is good, which is why, community, and that's the whole point of community.
Yeah.
And I read somewhere that, the price of community is inconvenience. If you want community, you would have to be inconvenienced a bit. Yeah. Now, that doesn't take away, and, for European counterparts, it's a more individualistic society.
I agree.
So, no one is expecting anything from you. Like, it's nice if you do something for them, but there's no expectation there. And that's where the problem is back home, because there is this expectation.
An entitlement.
Entitlement, thank you. So you do something, we've had this conversation, you do something for someone, they say, I expected bigger or I expected better. So I think it's a way of, I think what we have to do is to draw that boundary. There's nothing wrong with doing boundary. Yes, boundaries is very important, even with our parents. Boundary is a huge thing, because it's one thing of course it's nice to lift people up. It's lovely giving gifts. It's lovely. Everyone loves gifts. Gifts is my love language.
Buchi, I'm very happy that you said this thing about boundaries, even with our parents, while you were sitting next to Faith.
Why?
Because
please don't share personal information.
I'm not sharing personal information.
Our friendship is gonna be over.
I'm not sharing personal information. I'm just trying to emphasize that this is also something I have said to her about boundaries, not only with parents, but with everyone. Like, it's important. We all grew up a certain way. We learned things a certain way. We, as adults, we're now manifestations of those things that we have learned. But you grow up and then you unlearn some things. And boundaries is just good with friends, with family, with co-workers. Speaking of, let's move this further. We talked about how a lot of the things that we've learned as children, or the way we've been brought up, is impacting us now. Yeah. How about in the world of work? And let me finish. So most of us grew up in this environment where, humility is a big thing. You have to be humble. You have to respect authority. You don't have to talk back at people when they're speaking. When someone higher than you is speaking to you, don't look them in the eye. Be quiet.
I'm just remembering this one. I not to cut you. I want to tell you a story about Christine. When we started work, she's used to saying, we do Mr. She always does Mr. Yeah. I had to teach her to stop it. So I know what you're saying.
No, really. Okay, before you continue.
Go on.
When I joined, but I was so little, and everyone.
You're still little. You've not changed. you didn't grow overnight.
Guys, I grew up with that thing back home, like Mr. Sir and all that. And then I remember calling my manager, and I was like, Etiang, don't call me sir. And it took me a while for me to adjust, no. They like to be casual and formal, but casual at the same time.
Yes.
But also I realized that the work environment in Europe teaches you that communication is a two-way thing and there is no hierarchy. But back home, there is hierarchy. A manager is a manager and an employee is an employee, which I think is good, guys, if you may agree with me, because
you guys are digressing from my childhood trauma.
I'm bringing it to
bring
this.
It back to trauma.
When it comes to this, do you think a lot of us that grew up in this culture, does this impact us at work? I'll give you an example. It took me a while to become comfortable with my capabilities and just being more outspoken at work and standing up for myself, because for a long time I always thought, I will let my work show up for me. I will be humble. I will not talk back. I will not fight, because everything I do, people can see me, yada yada yada. But do you think we as a people want?
Well, Yemi, not to cut you.
Tell me.
Our parents are interesting. I see them as two sides of it. I know where he's going to. His point is they want us to respect authority. They want us to be humble. And we take that culture when we get to work. We start to be very humble to our bosses. But it doesn't pay us in a way.
No.
Because it doesn't allow our work speak for us. So that's sometimes I'm trying to explain to you that our parents are interesting. They want us to respect authority. That's one. and they also want us to also be loud too.
Actually, I disagree. I grew up with not being loud
my own parents,
at all. My
parents would tell me that
still shows till today.
Okay, so my own parents tell me that
they did not care for me being loud.
You are confident. You should, when you go into the room, fill up the space. Don't let it stop you. That's what my dad said.
That's my mom.
My dad would tell me, fill up the space. This is my dad.
Exactly my
dad would tell me,
it's very interesting
because I was the complete opposite.
Yeah, me too.
Because my parents also made sure to be very because my dad, you met my dad.
Yeah,
he's a very humble man.
But your mom is different.
My mom is different.
Mom is different.
My mom is different, but she's different in a certain way. I can't explain, but they still at the end of they have the same principle.
I don't know, maybe it's because I was the firstborn, so they were like, I'm a role model to my siblings.
Speaking of firstborn,
like I'm a firstborn too.
Speaking of this thing is very common. Sorry for interjecting, but do you guys think that sometimes, like with the firstborn, the parents kind of use this as a trial run?
Agree.
And then with the second and third children, they're like, okay, it's fine.
I agree. Because my dad was coaching me, tell me, Faith. My dad calls me Faith. Mom calls me like, fill up the room. My dad is so proud of my success. Like I learned all of my work ethics from him. That's like good. Literally, I learned work ethics from him. Which is a bad thing and a good thing. Yeah. It's a bad thing because
I know you in your personal life and I think you need to tone it down sometimes.
Which is a bad thing and a good thing because I want to impress my dad. My dad was successful, so I want to live up to this image he had, like of me. So when he tells me, fill up the room, do this, my dad gives...
But there are different ways.
I let go of that nonsense a while ago. I'm so sorry to everybody.
I wish I could.
God bless you, Gucci. God bless you, Gucci.
I let go of that nonsense ages ago.
No, but guys, it can be different. Like, for instance, my dad is a very polite, very smart guy, very polite. Yeah. Like, kind of, you just hear about his name, but you don't know who the person is. So I think he didn't teach me to be loud, but he told me, you need to be smart.
That's exactly how it's not loud. It's confidence.
I will
say something. So
he told me, He told me you need to be smart and be confident. And Faith, you know me, I'm a quiet person, but I don't joke about my career success.
I see that. No, so I'll say for me, my parents were because they were so. Sorry to cut you short. No, so for me, my parents knew my personality. Yeah. They knew it could be out there. And so they were always so worried that it could. I've learned to tone it down.
I never saw you down.
I've learned to tone it down. I've learned to tone it down. So for me, and also when I'm very very comfortable in a situation, then I can be very however I want to be.
I've never seen you like that though.
Well, too bad.
Guys, question because we're talking about the parents now. So just straight up, do you think our upbringing or our parents or whatever our culture, do you think it made us strong or anxious? And let me explain, because Faith is talking about the fear of, she didn't put it that way, but I would just put it that with the fear of disappointing her parents. Yeah. You know, she wants to be successful because, you know, her father put all of this expectation on her.
It's not expectation, please. My dad will listen to this podcast. It's not that I put expectation on me, it's me. That
you put the expectation
on myself because I like the fact I'm saying good job. That is the thing, good job. You've done a great job.
We also find that a number of us, some of us, I'm not speaking for everybody, we have this overwhelming need to overachieve, to feel worthy. Maybe because we were growing up and then if you don't take first position or second position, you come back home, they tell you, the person that took first in class, they have two heads. Why are you fourth? Why are you second? Or some of us grew up on where the only time we got praised from our parents was when you did something good.
Really great.
Did this make us strong or anxious? Are we always just constantly living in fight or flight? I
will start this statement with, we all as a community should learn to disappoint your parents very early on in life.
Wow. How do we do that, please? You need to give us nuggets. not just words. We need real.
So I can say both. It did make me very anxious, but at the same time, it made me strong. So one thing I would say is growing up, my parents, which was lovely because especially my dad believed in my soul so much. He made me think I was the most intelligent person in a room.
Well, you are.
You are. He made me feel that way, which was
that girl that's looking back at me.
No comments.
No, really, he made me feel like I was the most intelligent person in the room, even when sometimes I wasn't. Yeah. Now, of course, and so they would overly praise and reward me when I, took first or when I did this or when I did that. And there was this just general confidence that I knew what I was doing with my life, even though half the time I didn't. I was just coasting. But they just knew, and which was good because
I had... fake it till you make it?
No, honestly, like it gave me audacity to do a whole lot of things, to apply to a lot of things that probably I wouldn't have. Even my parents were like, no, I'm sure you'll get it now. You're smart, you know it. So which was good. On the other hand, it made me anxious because naturally, who doesn't like praise? Who doesn't like praise?
Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves praise. Everyone. So of course your brains now starts being wired to like, you want that dopamine rush that you get first. I'll buy you a bicycle. I'll buy you this.
What do you want? Right? I know.
Everybody likes it. Nobody. And so it carried on onto my uni as well, where it's a different kettle of fish there because then you're meeting a wider pool of people who are.
I'm sorry. Did you say it's a different kettle of fish?
Yes.
Is that a saying?
Yes.
I've never heard it.
Check the internet. Check the internet.
I learn new things
Check
on this
the internet.
podcast. Okay, please go on.
But then you are in a different, pool, a wider pool. It's no longer, big fish, small pond. You're now, medium-sized fish in an ocean.
Beach.
And you have to make sure you survive in that.
And you still have to survive. I went to a federal university. We were how many thousand in a class? So, you're now, maybe the smartest person for worry.
But you're
not meeting everybody from different kinds of
You know the funny thing? I think they keep praising us. You can do it. You can make it. The question is, what about when you disappoint them? How do you think they'll react?
Exactly. I mean, I did have
disappoint, there is a conversation. I
did have situations where maybe I disappointed them and there was this general, oh my God, I'm so disappointed in you. And they think, oh my God, you.
Oh, they would say
I felt
it like that?
awful. They would say it like that. I dreaded that whenever my dad told me he was disappointed.
That's why you now put pressure on yourself.
And I put pressure on yourself. And I did have a whole lot of pressure. I was very anxious.
Just keep touching your hair.
And thank you. And shout out to my best friend. He's the one that noticed. And then I was like, I have to get this. I have to do this. I have to be the best in this. And then he asked me, and I would say it. And, you give context clues when you're saying those things, because my parents would love that because they'll be so happy with me.
Yes.
To make them happy. And then he asked me once, like, are you doing this because of yourself or you're doing it because of your parents? And then he hit me. I really didn't care.
Which your friend became your therapist.
He did become my therapist. Shout out to Sean. Honestly, and he asked me, like, are you doing this for yourself or you're doing this because of your parents? And then I had to think within, and it hits me that I genuinely did not care.
So
I did not care about a lot of these things. I honestly was doing it for them. On the other hand, it did make me want to achieve things. So that stayed. The wanting to, the wanting to, the anxiety was there, but then it helped me learn to manage it. On the other hand, to answer the other question of Yemi, why I said both, it did make me strong. It made me very resilient. It made me believe that I can do this thing if I put my mind to it. So it's about till today, it's still, balancing it, making sure that, okay, yes, I can do this, but, what is my motivation? So it makes me question my motivation for anything that I'm doing. Am I doing this because I want to prove a point, or I'm doing this because this is what I want out of it? Yeah. So it helps. It does help me be resilient. Unfortunately, sometimes it makes you stay in situations you probably shouldn't.
But I think if I'm listening to you and if I'm trying to be honest to myself, I like the praise. It's like I thrive on the great job, Faith. Right from high school, I always like to take first because secondary school. We call us high schools. Mine was high school. Monica and high school. High school.
You must have been local girl. That's secondary school I go.
But I thrive on the, when I got to the school, I came third. My dad said, Faith, you can do it. Next time I came second, my dad said, I trust my daughter. When I came first, he actually lived for joy. I could see the happiness, and I know that I would never ever drop. First. I went to university. I thought I would get first class. Almost there. I didn't get it. That's when I went to Italy. I told myself, I must make this loud. And I push myself. At the end of the day, it's not like he's saying, I will not love you if you don't get it. I've just attributed the love with the success. So if I bring it back in my personal space, I think it's there was a meme I saw on Instagram where I say that I can be spiraling or going crazy, but I'm delivering deadline. I'm going, oh my God, but I'm putting it out there. You see me all composed. You think resilient, but I'm literally going mental.
And you're burnt out.
I am if I'm burnt out, I'm still going.
Yeah, you can be burnt out and still be going.
Because I would like to say
very high functioning.
I would like to tell people that I'm burnt. No, it's now we start saying we are burnt. I'm going through stress. I will still be pulling through, because if I call them, they're like, what are you saying? The power of God is there for you. What are you saying? Have you prayed? Have you read your Bible? Are you like? So I just told myself, oh, I can. So when you say it made socks resilient, we are. Yeah. I push myself. I can do it. I can deliver and all of that. But why we talk about this trauma whole story? I think I want to use Yemi's phrase. He says that we all get our information from the internet. So
before we continue that, I wanted to give you my own.
Actually,
I'm sorry.
I genuinely wanted to hear your take as well.
No, it's okay. My own take on that. Actually, I think it's both. One, it teaches you to be resilient, and second, guys, I think for me, I learned to be ambitious from my father's upbringing. He was a soft person, but there is a way he had principles that will teach you to make sure you achieve in life. Like, he wouldn't shout. Like, I remember the day I was number 4. Even me, I was panicking. I was like, how? From 1 to 4, how? And
you dropped from 1 to 4?
Yeah.
You did. What happened? Did you meet man? My parents will check. Did you have a boyfriend?
I changed to a new school and I was knocked out of number 1.
Wow. Tell me. I need to hear this story. I need to hear this story.
The competition was different and new, and I think tough.
You needed to study.
Yeah, I was very nervous. I was very nervous when I had to like deliver my report. And then my dad was so nice because he made sure the day you pick your report, he goes with you.
Then my father, we also submit our report card.
Yeah. And then like on the way, he'll buy you popcorn, ice cream. So imagine he's buying you all that.
Number 4.
Your hat.
Guys, you laugh. Even I went to pick my report. Even before I reached the car, I was crying alone.
How will your father
I was so pissed. And the way my teacher gave me the report, was like, oh, you're number 4? Oh, I started crying from there.
Oh, my God.
She was so sympathetic. No, it's okay. You're new in the school. You'll be fine. You're good and all
She's
that.
Saying, oh, my God.
There was this girl who was, I think, she had moved also from another school like me. So she was number 1. And I'm like, I was just like, but she was number 1. Why was I number 1?
Why am I number 4?
But guys, long story short, as I was walking to the car, I was already crying. My dad knew things are bad.
Boy, he was still buying the ice cream and the popcorn.
Yeah.
Did you have the guys to chop that ice cream and popcorn?
No, I think he knew. He never asked me for the results. He just, the usual drill, popcorn, ice cream, what I wanted. We reached home. And this is the report. I never forget that. Do you want to talk about it right now or when you want to? I said, when I want to. That was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Good. On Monday, he asked me again in the afternoon, do you want to talk about your report? I'm like, yeah. But he approached it from there, like, what do you think you could have done better? Oh my God, I was so calm. I was more worried, like, why did you become number 4? But I was like, what do you think you could have done?
Next fire done. So this is a subtle pressure. In a subtle way.
Yeah.
Don't joke.
My mom actually used to do that.
This is pressure, subtle pressure.
Because my dad was the one that, be the one that's actually about it. But my mom, she would just, in a nice way, she would ask us, how do you think the other person did? And what maybe you could, take some tips from that person.
Yeah. So he asked me that question. And then I said, well, I think I didn't do well in social studies, which was like SST. And then he said, okay, how do you think you can do better? I said, maybe do I need to take extra classes? He said, I don't think you need extra classes because you got 85%. You would need extra classes if you got below 50%.
Subtle pressure.
So he told me, I think what you need to do. Yeah, he was so calm.
I need to meet your father.
But it's a good
master
tip.
strategy. I need to learn this. This is gentle parenting in a subtle way.
Exactly.
But
that was his style.
The result.
Yeah, that was. He would not shout at you, but the prompt questions you'll just start evaluating.
Our parents understand. Our parents are master manipulators. They understand us. They know the kid they need to shout at, and they know the kid that they need to talk to subtly.
Will you call it manipulation? I think it's just. I feel like it's just. Yeah, I feel like it's just understanding.
Because they already know that you are hard at yourself. So what's the point of shouting?
Yeah,
it's waste of time.
Okay, so quick question here. I think Kristen to Buchi. Were you the child that they shouted at, or you're the one that they like reacted to calmly?
I think I was the one they reacted to calmly, and I was the first child.
Are you sure?
And
you
I
look
was
like
the
a child that they shouted.
Never.
Okay.
My dad loves me so much that he gave me his ATM card to be using. I knew my father's password.
Wow.
My dad and I were besties, though. No joke.
Yeah, but the other thing I wanted to add on that Buchi said that I think my dad used is my dad knew I was the best. So even when I didn't do well, my doing well was just dropping 1-2 places. He was like, I know you can do better. So it kind of set me up to be comfortable around success. So I my life was like, okay, now next, you get it. I think it was only last year that I paused. I'm like, well, I think I need to think about this. Do I want to do something different or not? But I think that kind of set me up to be ambitious as well. Like, I'm a quiet person, but very ambitious.
Guys, I need to transition. I'm sorry. I need to be the devil's advocate and move us along. So
really, why? But I want to answer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
My producer was giving me the look. I was tired of the look.
No, we have the talent.
Yeah,
here.
which is the last person, the talent.
No, I'm sorry. I can't. Yeah, the talent. Yeah.
Yeah, but she had an interesting intro to the podcast. There she said, "Is that how you treat the talent?" So
because
let's give the talent some time.
So
she's a bloody logistic manager, but go ahead.
And also the talent.
Yeah,
but no. So the answer is not a very interesting answer. It was both. So in some aspects, yes, I was a child that they treated like an egg. In some other aspects, they would scream at me only because I was, I have to admit myself, I was a cheeky child. So in some aspects, yes, I would be the one they would yell at about some things and probably wouldn't yell at my other siblings. But in many other aspects, let's say with academics, some other things, like they just never bothered because they were so sure that I knew what I was doing with my life, which was, like she said, which was very good for my confidence because it made me, know that or feel like I always knew what I was doing at every point in time. Of course, sometimes I'll have to take a step back, but it helped me believe in myself, have lots of confidence. So that's the answer to your question.
You've met my parents. My dad doesn't shout.
Yeah, your dad
my mom,
shout.
maybe. My dad, no.
My
dad, yes. My dad, no. My dad is very quiet and I don't even know whose personality. Sometimes I look at myself when it comes to control, maybe my dad. Sometimes I look at myself and mix. But that's by the way.
Yeah, because your producer, look at his eyeing us.
Yeah, the producer said your mom.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's your best friend.
No,
so
I wish I was like my mom because then I'll be much more friendlier.
Because why is the producer giving that voice?
I wish you could check. Anyway, coming back to our childhood trauma conversation, I think I was saying something that I learned from Yemi. Yemi said Yemi's favorite quote is, "We get all of our information from the internet." So I was reading something from the internet that says that your love language comes out from something you were deprived from as a kid. Someone said something that I'll paraphrase it and use myself as an example. So one of my love language, one of them is act of service. And when I was thinking through, I did discover that as the first child, we are like the mini parent, and I was always taking care of my siblings. They will not agree, but I did take care of them. I don't care what they say. But I was taking care of them. And now when someone does something for me, even if it's very little, I feel very appreciated. I'm like, that's great, that's nice. I don't need words of affirmation because my dad was already giving me a lot of faith. You can do it. I trust you. I know you can make it. Automatically, I'm hearing my dad's voice. So words of affirmation don't come from me. Gifts, it's not my love language. My dad, I started using my dad ATM. I even know the password and everything. Even up to now, I know it. So gift wasn't my love language. But you see that art of service. It's something that goes way above and beyond for me. I don't know what we're talking about with one of our friend Casey, and I was saying that someone did something for me. I think my shoelace was loose, and then the guy knelt down and tied it for me. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Someone else would go for a backing bag. But for me, that was like, wow. So bringing it back, do you think that is something that resonates with you, ladies? First of all,
I disagree.
What's your love language? No, we need to dissect you when you tell us. Because I disagree first. It's like you're coming to fight.
Her love language, she always says all of them.
Can I just start with, first of all, the author of the book, Gary Chapman, actually, he has pulled back on the whole love language, just so you guys know. So I don't want to be a wet blanket, but he doesn't entirely, believe it's a very all-encompassing thing. Because it's a bit slightly narrow view. But since that's what we're talking about, I will go with the flow on it. Yes, I believe it's everything. And yes, it is everything. And I don't agree that it is what we're deprived of, at least for me. Yeah. Only because my parents were big on gifts growing up, like every birthday, and that's why I'm such a birthday person. So are you actually? Yeah. But every birthday we celebrate it. And there's a gift. And then my parents were always gassing me up growing up. And now is actually what I enjoy. I enjoy gifts. I enjoy giving gifts. I enjoy, telling someone, "Don't worry, you can do it." No,
but mine is like what's not giving somebody, but what's.
I also enjoy receiving. That's why I said like I love giving and receiving. I love giving. That's the key. Thank you, my friend. I was like, what's going on here? Thank you, Christine. I love you. He said receiving.
Oh. And my cough came out.
She's giving us. She's going around and saying, "My father, just say you love receiving gifts." And
I also enjoy giving. She would know.
We all enjoy giving gifts. Yemi can tell you too. We all enjoy when you care for someone, you give the gift. It happens.
It's not for everyone.
Please, can we change this? That's becoming.
That's it.
Yes. Why don't you like hearing?
Why don't you like it? I'm suspicious.
Oh, the boys are
giving and
the one receiving.
I didn't know. I talked a second ago. Why don't you like the words giving and receiving?
Guys, our podcast is PG-13.
Is it?
PG-13, please.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You, lady, she said hers is giving and receiving.
I do.
Sorry.
Facts.
But which is a good love language. Giving and receiving. Now I see why she can position well with the mic. But go ahead.
Yes, I'm an expert.
Oh my
Carry
God.
on.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I don't necessarily think that love language are things we are deprived of, but I also think that it's something that you would want to have. As for me, that's my take. So for me, I think, no, you can't impress me with gifts and, let's say, money and all that, because I've grown up seeing it being normal, and my friends have money. So
of course.
It's not something...
Rich. I don't know, rich.
I think, for me, like at this point of life, I see how busy we are in life, that you literally don't have 30 minutes or even 5 minutes to do anything. So I kind of tend to love quality time nowadays. Wow. So yes, that's the most important thing I would want from my partner, true. Like quality time. And
she does calling. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so I'm that kind of person who will say, "Hey, Butchie, it's been a while, let's go for dinner. Hey, Faith, it's been a while, let's catch up." Like I'm that kind of person. So quality time is very important for me. And with quality time comes quality conversations. So I think that's what I value.
Me out of service, so that someone will clean my house for me. I really like this out of service. It stems from trauma too. Out of service, clean my house. But
one thing as well, because a lot of pitfalls with this love language and so on, is that a lot of people, when they say, "Oh, this is my love language, I love gifts," and so unfortunately, they then push it on their partner or their friend.
Like
so exactly. So for some people now, they say, "Oh, their love language is gigantic gestures," and then they have a partner who maybe doesn't care about it, even quality time or something. Maybe that's not what they're particularly pressed about, and then since that is what they would like, they then push it on the other person. So I think what I'm just trying to say is I think it's important to also know what your partner, your friend, your family likes, so that you meet them where they are at, and it's not just what you like that you're pushing on them.
It's not a one-way traffic. Exactly. Like you have to understand what the other.
You guys are. That's all I wanted to say about it. This is childhood trauma. I think we are slowly.
I'm just trying to give a PSA on stuff like that.
Childhood trauma. trauma.
Okay.
Well, I think we're slowly gearing towards the end of the segment. I think for our viewers, I just want to get one word from you all. Yeah. If there is something that you would want to unlearn from your childhood, what would it be? It's like if you think back and say, there is this thing I want to unlearn, or there is this thing I don't want to pass across over to the next generation, what would that be?
For me, I think society responsibility, for lack of a better word, if you know what I mean. Like, it's okay, we are kind of a communal society, but it's not okay that it's kind of like a natural responsibility we have growing up. So I would want to teach my kids to be generous, but not to think like, okay, when somebody needs help, I have to stand there and I have to provide it, or I have to be available, because it brings unnecessary pressure, if you know what I mean.
I hope you do you are able to do that, because kids learn from example.
Yeah.
And if you can't unlearn it, automatically they will end up doing the same.
No, that's true. I think same actually. So basically, to make it long story short,
for our viewers.
Young lady, let me land. Let me land. Calma. Let me
Give
land.
us something new, spicy.
Calma.
It's your colorful hair. I know you got some hot.
So essentially, basically, like, I feel like what you're trying to say is, being able to draw boundaries.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. So one, boundaries. Two, it's okay to fail, as far as you have a backup plan, or you have a plan of how to rise up. So basically, failure is okay, because that helps with being anxious as well.
I know you said something. I don't know if to capture in this episode. You said we should learn not to disappoint our parents early. You still stand by that?
I still stand very much by that. It is very okay, and it's something you should learn. Disappoint them early so that they know that they don't have to, No, it helps you. It's also a growth process for them. You're also helping them. Trust me, you're helping them.
Sorry to jump in there, but I think the other thing also our society needs to learn is to accept and deal with failure.
Yes.
Because I've made friends who are just afraid because they failed at something. So we need to be comfortable around you have failed. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You can get back up.
You can get back up. You can try another tactics. You can do something else. It's very okay. Yes, I still stand by it, Faith, that disappoint them very early. That way they learn not to put so much pressure on you, and then you're on your own person. The whole point is being able to develop agency, so that you are not bogged down by the expectations. That's what I mean by disappointing them early.
I know you guys can't see Yemi. I don't know if you could see him, but Yemi, what's the one thing you want to unlearn from your childhood?
I think this, of course, very similar to everything that you guys have mentioned, but also one thing is taking away this culture of shame that we all grew up in. Like, what would the neighbors say? What would the family say? It's not their life. It's your life. So I think this is one thing I will try as much as possible not to pass down to the next generation, because at the end of the day, you're here for yourself. You came alone, you will go back alone. So you have to live in your own truth. You have to do things your way, do things that make you happy, basically. So this shame culture, I think I would try not to do that. Be yourself, be happy.
Very important.
Yeah, I'm thinking about myself, but I started to think I just went blank.
Wow, you were so quick to start tackling me.
That's why I wanted to.
Mrs. I want it spicy.
Because see your hair. I've been touching your hair. Your hair is really beautiful.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Shout out to Vibrate for
you should come to Vibrate. They have good services.
Yes, they be hooking me up.
They need to pay for that promo, please.
Oh, I forgot.
But if there
Bleep it from the edits.
You can bleep it out. Yeah.
No, I go to Vibrate to wash my hair.
She does it.
There
That's
is
where I
rich
wash my hair
bitch.
from.
Oh
my God.
Anyways, if there is something I want to unlearn,
Yeah.
I want to ensure that I don't pass a lot of traumas to my kids. But the good thing, I have Bat to balance it. So you have one overbearing parent and you have one parent that would balance it up. But there are a lot of things I need to go
Bat is
check. But
Yes, it is.
But I don't know where to start from. But we'll see how that. A lot of things I need to
Oh,
unlearn.
those that
like
don't
my
know,
therapist-
Bart's
My
Faith's
therapist
husband.
has a long way to go. So we'll see. But
Oh, you're in therapy.
I have a therapist. Everyone has
nice.
therapists.
That is
Oh,
good.
a friend of mine is seeing a therapist, and she shared with me one key lesson she learned from her sessions. And one thing I learned is that it's okay to see a therapist, even just for coaching or mentorship. It doesn't have to be anything.
There are different. There's therapy. There is life coach. There is the different.
Yeah, but one thing she shared with me, she said the biggest lesson for her, like in the therapy lesson, is that her therapist told her that in life we are born to parents and they raise us to their best and they raise us with different principles. When you grow up, you have to learn to raise yourself. So the balance between you changing how your parents raised you and what you want to be is sometimes that brings that anxiety, unnecessary pressure. So the key lesson here, I think she learned, is that your parents raised you in a certain way. Now you have grown up. This is what you want. This is the current environment. You need to learn to now raise yourself up the way you want.
Just to, yeah. Oh no, more. Just for me, the only thing I've taken out of therapy is self-awareness. Self-awareness, like I know my thoughts. I know how I am crazy. I know what I need to work on. I know myself very well. Like I'm not in Delulu land, so. If I know my issues, I'm not Delulu. I'm very self-aware.
But it's one thing to know your issues, another thing to work on them.
It's a process. It's healing doesn't take a day. My dear, it takes a long time. When you have malaria, you take a test on it. It takes you 3 weeks, right, to be okay. This one I seen. How old am I? Over 30 years worth of
talk the
things to change.
It's true. Over 30 years. 30 what?
Anyway, guys, we slowly coming to the end of this session of this episode. I hope you really found it interesting. We are just we're three friends, but we have our guest here, which is Oyebuchi of Philly Mary Jane.
Oh my God.
And guys, this is our opinion. So feel free to comment in the comment box your opinions and what's your take on the whole podcast
share
discussion.
Like, subscribe, click that button. Click it now.
What button should they click?
There's a bell.
Subscribe.
There's a below. Click it. Click it.
Okay.
Click it.
Buchi.
Click it.
Buchi
Anyways,
is
thanks.
instigating.
And I hope you found it interesting and enlightening.
Yeah.
Tell us if you want another topic you want us to talk about in our comment section. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.